One of the most concerning parts of the pandemic is the high rate of death among the elderly. This allows the virus to spread virtually undetected among the younger, less vulnerable parts of the population. You may think that's a good thing, right? But it's not. This virus can lie undetected and spread far and wide until it reaches the older host and wreak havoc upon them. It's mostly because symptoms may detect many days after the infection. That doesn't mean that the younger people are immune though, as quite a few of them have died from the virus too. It's something we don't yet completely comprehend, as according to our current understanding of the pandemic, relatively fit and younger people should not be developing the more serious symptoms. It's a big part of the larger question of how the virus affects different people in so many different ways, and answering it is crucial to preventing future, potentially deadlier outbreaks. It's true that the COVID 19 outbreak has alarmingly affected the world, meaning that some of the world's best healthcare experts are currently hard at work trying to understand how it works. Worryingly, though, that hasn't meant much, as the strain of this virus has proven to be far more difficult to understand than we ever imagined. At the heart of the problem lies the big question about the fundamental biological structure of the virus. While we do know that it's shaped like a spiky ball with the spikes meant to break into living tissues, exactly how that translates into the unrealistically high rate of its spread remains a mystery, as many other relatively harmless viruses, including other coronavirus strains, have capability to do that too. We simply don't know what is it about the SARS family of coronaviruses that makes them so deadly to humans. If you study the various pandemics in the history, you'd realize that the secret of this virus's success isn't its high rate of spread or even fatalities. The Black Death and Spanish flu were far worse. It is, however, different in one way. Infected people could go about their lives with mild symptoms or even no symptoms at all, helping it reach even more people than any of those diseases ever could. What scientists don't know though is how many of these cases are out there. At this point, it's clear that known infections or popular hotspots can't be solely responsible. While there have been many cases wherein patients with mild or no symptoms were tested positive for the virus, those are the only ones we were able to test. People with a runny nose or cough tend to not think of it as a big deal, and according to many doctors and scientists, they may be the primary reason behind the rapid spread of the virus. Most countries around the world are doing their best to stem the rate of the infection, including strict measures like legally enforced lockdowns and social distancing rules. But as more and more research is showing up, we may be in a tight spot. We may not know how it's actually spread. The biggest mystery of COVID-19 pandemic is that we simply have no idea how it spread. And anyone who says that is just hazarding a guess. While it was earlier believed that it could only spread via physical touch, new research suggests that virus could remain afloat in the air for much longer than we previously thought and doesn't require carriers like cough droplets to spread. In a possibly related case, an entire choir was infected with the virus despite keeping their distance from each other at all times. Again, it's our best guess that they got it from air, as we are still not clear on all the ways it could spread. Usually, for other diseases, patients recover by developing antibodies, which don't just help them fight off the current illness but also secure their body against future attacks by the same strain. That immunity may not be permanent, like in the case of influenza virus, though the body still retains some signs of having fought off the disease. That's not the case for a surprisingly high number of recovered COVID 19 patients, and researchers are struggling to understand why. In one of the studies done in China, most of the recovered had developed antibodies specifically meant for the SARS CoV 2 strain, which is how we would expect it would work. 30% of the patients, however, had no signs of those or any other related antibodies, and it's unclear how their bodies recovered at all.